Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers of Cricket Happening. Welcome to another Saturday edition of Cricket Happenings with your host Ram. And in this particular cricket show, I'm going to talk about the shortest ever test in cricket in test history that happened between India and South Africa, which finished off in less than 2 days. I'll talk about that. And Australia, I would say, as expected, clean sweeping Pakistan 3-0 in the Test series with David Warner retiring and South Africa's Dean Elgar also retiring. So definitely for Dean Elgar, it was a bit of a loss because India drew the Test series. But as far as David Warner was concerned, he went in a blaze of glory as not only scored a 50 in the last innings of his Test career, but Australia also he also took Australia to a win. So definitely that's a lot to cheer for David Warner. But first, I'm going to start off, and also I will also talk to you about, in brief, probably time permitting. We'll talk about the Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe, where the Zimbabweans are touring Sri Lanka. The first ODI resulted in a no result due to rain, but I'll talk about what really happened. But first, I'm heading towards the South Africa versus India match, the second test in Cape Town, which has gone down in the test history records as being the shortest ever test in test history. And that is really made a great test history. Yes, the pitch was treacherous, and it was a test of real skills of the batsmen. And I think both the teams really fought hard. I mean, if you look at the outcome, yes, in the end, the outcome was good for India. India have still to actually, go and beat South Africa. That's one thing that is still remains undone, and that is to beat South Africa in a test series, which has never happened. And again, but one good thing that happened was that India went on to win the Cape Town test, and that the series was leveled 1-1. So India will definitely take that because, as I said, India had a lot of young talent also into the mix. So definitely, India will definitely take that. So India can still hope that the next time when they come to South Africa, they really, they make one more bid to beat South Africa in South Africa. But let's look at the story here that just encapsulate the second test in Cape Town. As I said, this particular pitch was a pitch which was really, as I said, I wouldn't say it was treacherous, but I would definitely say that there was a lot for the bowlers. It was a batsman's graveyard. But on that batsman's graveyard, if you look at it, one has to really give credit to certain innings that came. Especially, I will give credit to the Aiden Markram's innings of 106 of 103 balls in a losing cause, 17 fours and 2 sixes. So for me, that was a real knock, and Aiden Markram showed that even on a very very tough batting track, he is someone would be a force to be reckoned with. And why not? We all know the amount of talent that is possessed by Aiden Markram. Well, now talking about this particular match, now let's have a look at the South African. In fact, the South Africa were bowled out for the lowest ever total against India, which was 55. So this was the lowest total that South Africa has made against India, and it was a total demolition by the Indian bowlers. And Mohammad Siraj, what a spell from him! He just skite through the South African batting lineup. He had dream bowling figures, his best bowling figures in Test cricket: 9 overs, 3 maidens, 15 runs and 6 wickets, and was ably supported by Jasprit Bumrah, 225, and Mukesh Kumar doing a great job, two wickets for no run. And then India batted, and India, it was a story of. We will talk about something which is very special. I mean, India scored at 153. They lost their, they were 153 for 4 at one stage. And can you believe it? 6 wickets fell down in a real heap. And in fact, without no runs added to the tally, India were bowled out from the same score on 153. And the wicket taker here was Rabada, Gidi, and Berger. Berger, as I said, is one of going to be the real sort of a real find for South Africa on this particular tour. Berger is really, to me, he's top test material, according to me, as far as South Africa is concerned. And well, India 153 all out, but definitely one thing is that India took the lead, and that was what helped India in the final analysis to win this test match. South Africa in the second day, again, as I told you, that particular innings on such a track that really shows Aidan Markram that what skills he possessed. 106 of 103 deliveries, 17 fours and 2 sixes, and the South Africans in their second dig were bowled out for 176, and this time it was the handiwork of Jasprit Bumrah. 6 for 61, Siraj had 1 for 31, 2 for 56 for Mukesh Kumar, continued to impress, and Prasidh Krishna 1 for 27. And India were given a target and as I said, this is the shortest ever test in cricket in test history. And India were given a target, and India decided that there is absolutely no need to really potter around here, and it is to get the runs quickly, and that's what they played. They played in one-day mode as they went at a clip of 6.66 runs over, and in 12 overs, India completed the win, losing 3 wickets. In the bargain, Yashasvi Jaiswal was ballistic with his 28 of 23, 6 fours in that, and then finally Shreyas Iyer hitting the boundary, and India were home. So definitely, if you look at this particular series, and for South Africa, as I told you, Nandre Berger, the left-arm pace bowler, is an absolute find for South Africa. He's going to go a long way in South African cricket. There is no doubt about that. And as far as India is concerned, Yashasvi Jaiswal, well, this was the first time I was really looking at his innings, because Yashasvi Jaiswal is young, and this is the first time he's he's really playing on hard, bouncy tracks as in South Africa, but this will be a learning curve for him. And definitely it was a bit of a struggle for Yashasvi Jaiswal, his highest score being 28 the other day in the final innings that he played. Bowling, well, again, I definitely the bowlers had to be given credit, because you can get a pitch which could be a batsman's graveyard, but if you're not going to bowl the right lines, that's still calling for trouble. So definitely full credit to both the types of bowlers, Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah as well. And I really can't express my sort of a real admiration for the knock of Aidan Markram. For South Africa, there have been a lot of games. Dean Elgar, definitely didn't have a good last test of his career, but nevertheless, he has been a wonderful servant for South Africa. And I always have believed that Dean Elgar was an outspoken person, and he had a lot of boldness. He played his, and he was a real stickler at the crease. And definitely, Dean Elgar has done a great job for South Africa. The South Africans, if you look at this batting, looking at the South African team, the gains for them, Tony D. Zorzi is someone who's going to stay in South African cricket for a long time. Tony D. Zorzi is another one. I think Tony D. Zorzi and Nandre Berger, to me, let me not talk about. Let me also talk about David Bedingham, another classic talent, I would call him, because I've seen the strokes, I've seen the quality of his strokes, and that really tells me that he's a class player. And we are going to hear a lot about this bloke, David Bedingham, in the future for sure. So that is my take on South Africa. And for India, as I said, Yashasvi Jaiswal had a very tough examination. Other than that, Shubman Gill also found the going a bit tough. Probably he's going to learn with a lot of experience, according to me. And as I said, Mukesh Kumar has been another. Prasidh Krishna, I have to say, with the prime criteria being his height and his ability to generate extra bounce on the South African pitches. One would have expected Prasidh Krishna to have been probably getting into the wickets column much frequently than what he has done, but it was not to be. So I'm a bit disappointed with Prasidh Krishna, but Mukesh Kumar has been a big gain. I mean, he showed it on the tour of West Indies, and here he has come to South Africa and he has done a wonderful job. Mukesh Kumar is definitely here to stay for India. So that is as far as India versus South Africa is concerned. The shortest ever test in cricket history will be remembered. It will be etched in memory in the record books of test matches in Cape Town. And Cape Town will really go down as one that iconic ground, Newlands, Cape Town. Now let's get into the Australia versus Pakistan. Pakistan had a new captain, Shan Masood, but I am going to talk about some very good things. So let's talk first. Let me talk about the third test in Sydney. So yesterday the match at the third test of the SCG ended in this Pakistan tour in this Pakistan Test series, where Australia swamped Pakistan 3-0 in this particular Test series. And looking at that particular game, and the big gains for Pakistan has been, according to me, only one man, and I definitely he is going to be the future of Pakistan cricket as an all-rounder, Amir Jamal. I mean, coming here, yes, he had some knowledge about the Australian conditions, having played for Hawkesbury, New South Wales, but here he comes. He turned in some beautiful performances. I mean, coming on his maiden tour to Australia, and he did a fantastic job. Whether it was with the bat, I mean, with the ball, he went on to pick up in his maiden Test series. He picked up, I reckon, 19 wickets, and close with Pat Cummins, and also Amir Jamal did it with the bat as well, and he has definitely shown that he is going to be someone going to be a force to be reckoned with in Pakistan cricket in the future. Amir Jamal, with his bold batting and bowling exploits, and the good thing about Amir Jamal is that he's not a mere slogger. Yes, if you give him a chance, he will definitely slog you. But he can also take the attack to the rival's camp, and besides that, he can also play the percentage game. So I think Amir Jamal will fit into any format now. He can fit into all the three formats of the game, and that has been the biggest gain for Pakistan on the tour of Australia. Amir Jamal, good luck, a player of the match. Pat Cummins, with his 19 wickets, definitely did all the big strikes, picking up all the big fishes of Pakistan. Pat Cummins, 19 wickets in his bag. Talking about this particular game, Pakistan batted first, and they made 313. It was driven by Mohammad Rizwan's knock of 88. Let me also talk about Pakistan. We're talking about Pakistan. The main problem for Pakistan is that they have not been able to seize the big moments. They've been faltering. I mean, they had the Australians on the course, but they could not go further and probably go and strangle them. And that's what really caused them. But also, you need support of the fielding. If the fielding is going to wilt under the pressure, fielding is not going to be substandard. I have to say it has been substandard. Catches dropping this Asad Shafiq, the youngster Saim Ayub dropping catches. The captain himself not setting a good example by dropping a catch as well. So definitely the fielding is something which has to be very, very seriously looked at by Pakistan. That has really, really let them down in a big way in this Test series, as Mohammad Hafiz, the Pakistan coach, has also attested to. And looking at Pakistan, if you look at it in that particular innings, Mohammad Rizwan made 88. Aga Salman, yes, Aga Salman, according to me, definitely on his first tour of Australia, has done a wonderful job. He's there to stay, and I thought he has really surprised with his bowling as well, because he he was getting bounced, and on responsive pitches he was able to even turn the ball. So definitely he is someone who is a very, very useful customer in the Pakistan lineup. Then we have other than that, Babar Azam, really, I feel sorry for Babar Azam. We all know that form is temporary but class is permanent, and that's what Babar Azam is. Probably one of us felt that Babar Azam had a miserable series here, not even getting a single 50 under his belt, and Cummins found him time and again. And then the fielding I've already spoken about. Other than that, Amir Jamal, as I said, for me, Amir Jamal has been the toast of Pakistan, even though Pakistan lost the series. A 5-wicket back for Pat Cummins in the Pakistan first innings. The Aussies replying and getting a slender lead, 299. And if you look at that Australian card there, if you see Manas Labuschagne had a good knock. There were knocks. There were knocks which were sort of sincere contributions. Warner 34, playing the last Test match of his career, made 34 runs. Khwaja 47, Labuschagne 60, Stephen Smith 38, Mitchell Marsh 54, Alex Carey made 38, 299, and it was a 6-wicket bag, taking his second 5-wicket haul in this Test series. Amir Jamal 6 for 69, and what a spell from him! 21.4 overs, 2 maidens, 69 runs and 6 wickets in the bag for Amir Jamal. Pakistan's second innings, they were absolutely in tatters. And that spell from Josh Hazlewood, I mean, if you look at it, the way things were going on, suddenly there was an absolute crash from Pakistan. They were still struggling at 60 for 4, but the score had been just inched along to 67, and that's where Josh Hazlewood came up with an amazing spell to live the SCG in real, the SCG crowd at real ecstasy on a Glenn McGrath day. I mean, the Jane McGrath, it was I think there was a breast cancer day, which everyone wearing pink. So it was a sort of a real sort of absolute entertainment for Australia, with a huge crowd turning up at the SCJ. Well, Pakistan disappointed. 115, they were bowled out with that Hazelwood spell that really put them on the back foot. And then Australia, finally, in the last Test match of his career, David Warner getting a 50, and what a servant he has been for Australian cricket. David Warner is someone who will always be remembered. He was a very bold person. He was quite outspoken, I remember David Warner when he came in. He was a very aggressive player. Yes, he's still an aggressive player, but he definitely had to adapt himself to play in Test matches, which he did admirably well. David Warner, we will no longer see. But what a knock from David Warner at the right time. And as I said, he left in a blaze of glory, getting a 50 in the last Test match of his career, 57 boundaries. And Manas Labuschagne was the one who really, sticked it out till the end with an unbeaten 62 with 9 fours to steer Australia home to victory. And yes, this was a victory by 8 wickets, but it was a clean sweep by Australia of Pakistan. So well done, Australia. And as I said, for Pakistan, the fielding is something that they have to really look into. There's a lot of soul searching that they have to do when it comes to fielding, and I'm sure that there has to be a lot of practice now from Pakistan as far as fielding is concerned. Just on a very quick update, the Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe, as you know, Zimbabwe are touring Sri Lanka. Zimbabwe are touring Sri Lanka. So this particular match was the first ODI which ended in a no result, with Sri Lanka batting first and making. I thought Zimbabwe, on the current form, I would have expected the Sri Lankans to probably score a much higher score. So I think the Zimbabwean bowling looked good, because they restricted the Sri Lankans to 273 for 9, with Charita Salanka playing a wonderful knock, getting 101. He was run out for 101 of 95, 5 fours and 4 sixes, and 46 from Kushal Mendis and 41 from Sadira Samaravikrama, respectively, and 273 for 9. Probably, Sri Lankans could have got more than 300 runs on this particular pitch. And it was a very good debut for Tapiwa Mufidza, the spinner. He actually, bowled 10 overs for 37, so he was impressive. And as far as Zimbabwe were concerned, they were definitely was struggling 12 for 2 in the 4 overs when rain came, and that was the end of this particular one day international. Well, dear fans, subscribers, I have nothing else to add for today. I hope you all enjoyed the broadcast, and I will look forward to seeing you all on my next Cricket Happening show, which will be coming in tomorrow. That's on a Sunday. Till such time, I see you folks. It's your host Ram signing off on this cricket show. Thank you.